Hi, sister. Thanks for getting divorced with Giorgio for me. I'm glad you realized that I was just the better woman for him and stepped aside.
Rosella, you've got some nerve contacting me like this.
What? But I just came to tell you that we turned in the marriage papers to the city hall. We're husband and wife now.
And what makes you think I wanted to know that?
I mean, this is a happiness that couldn't have been achieved without your help, so I thought I would share it with you. Oops, sorry. I forgot that you lost your own happiness because of it. Oh, I'm so insensitive. Forgive me. I was just so happy myself that I forgot to think about what you felt. As an apology, I promise to find long-lasting happiness with Giorgio, so forgive me, all right?
Do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't need a cheating man who's so easily seduced by someone like you anyways. I know that you went after Giorgio because he works at a large trading company and has a large salary as well, but I pity you and all other women like you who can only find love by stealing other people's boyfriends.
Huh? What even is that? Aren't you being a bit too mean? It's not my fault that the two of us were meant for each other.
The fact that you got so angry at what I said means that you are at least a little self-conscious about it, aren't you?
Shut up! You're just jealous of me because guys don't find you attractive, but they find me attractive.
I don't want to be told something like that by someone who's only interested in hand-me-downs from other women. Seriously, have you ever even thought about it like that?
Oh, what did you just say to me? It's not my fault if guys find me more attractive than other women. And it's not like I steal their boyfriends. It's more that they come to me voluntarily.
Right. Well, I guess you're right in at least one thing. Every boyfriend you stole until now was a cheating piece of scum. To be honest, I actually think you're doing a favor to all those girls whose boyfriends you stole by taking their trash boyfriend away from them. Anyways, I need to unpack my stuff now since I moved. I don't have the time to talk with an idiot like you, so bye.
Huh? What's your deal even? Why are you acting all arrogant towards me like that? You're just the woman Giorgio threw away. I swear I'll become so happy with him that you'll start crying when you see us next. Hi, sister. You received the invitation to me and Giorgio's wedding, right? Hurry up and reply to it, will you? Oh, I guess I don't even need to tell you this, but make sure you reply saying that you'll come, okay? You see, I'm going to make you give us a wedding gift of a huge amount of money.
I got the wedding invitation through our parents' house, but why do I need to come to your wedding? Besides, all of our relatives and even your friends from our hometown know already that you stole my fiancé from me. You're still going to have a wedding ceremony despite that? I'm impressed. Just where exactly did you throw away your sense of shame? Or did you seriously just think that they wouldn't think anything of how you just stole my fiancé like that?
None of that matters as long as the two of us love each other. They'll have no choice but to accept our wedding when they see how happy the two of us are with each other.
Is that so?
Oh, that reminds me. I told you this earlier, but you're the loser of this fight, so I'm going to make you give me a wedding gift of a huge amount of money. I'm going to make you give me 30,000 euros, to be exact.
Huh? What fight?
The fight over Giorgio, of course. Once you see how madly in love the two of us are with each other, you'll just give up and give us the 30,000 euros. Who knows? You might be able to forget about all of this and move on.
I'm not coming to your wedding. Seriously, what made you think that I'd want to come, Rosella? You were always like this, never caring about how other people felt and always just assuming that the world revolved around you.
What? But are you sure you don't want to come? If you don't, you're never going to move on from this, and you're going to regret not coming.
I have no regrets over a man like Giorgio. On the other hand, I actually pity you, Rosella. To think that you're about to marry an idiot like him.
What? Just because you're mad that I stole him from you doesn't mean you can insult him like that. You're such a mean person, Sophia.
If that's what you think, then isn't it better that you just don't invite me to your wedding? After all, I am just a mean person that's not going to celebrate it anyways.
What are you talking about? There's no point in having a wedding if you're not going to be there, idiot. We're going to be hosting this wedding ceremony specifically to crown the satisfaction I received by stealing Giorgio from you. There's no point if you're not there to see it, right?
Huh? So this wedding ceremony is going to crown your idiocracy then? All right, then I think I'll plan a little something of my own too.
Oh, so that means you're going to come to the wedding, right? Please show me your best pitiful loser face at the wedding, okay? We'll give you a seat at the front row at the wedding reception. Look forward to it, all right? Hey, Sophia! The day is finally here, isn't it? Today is me and Giorgio's wedding! Finally, I've been waiting for this day so long. I hope you brought the 30,000 euro wedding gift as promised. Oh, and just like I told you, you're going to be sitting in the front row at our wedding reception. I thought that if I didn't do that, then you would probably just try and hide in the back, but I'm not going to let my own sister do that at my wedding. All right, I'm going to be changing into my wedding dress for Giorgio now, so see you later. Try not to throw a tantrum when you see the two of us exchange vows, all right? Sophia, what do you mean you aren't at the wedding venue? Canceling without a notice is considered impolite, you know. And it's not just you, even. Why is 90% of the people I invited not here? But they said that they would come. Even Mom and Dad aren't here. Our aunt and uncle and our cousins as well, and none of them came. Hold on. Is this your doing, Sophia? Did you tell all of them to reply to my wedding invitation saying that they'd come but not actually come to the wedding or something? You were supposed to give me a wedding gift of 30,000 euros, right? And to think I was planning on using the money I received from everyone's wedding gifts to pay for the wedding. I need your 30,000 euros especially. Jesus. It's fine if you don't come to the wedding anymore. Just deposit the 30,000 euros to my bank account. Sister, sorry, but I actually need you to give me 50,000 euros now. I'm adding 20,000 euros as an alimony for ruining our wedding, which was supposed to be the start of our happiness.
Speaking of alimonies...
Oh, Sophia! Finally, you replied. So, like I already said, I need you to deposit 50,000 euros to my bank account.
I'm not going to be giving you any money, Rosella. On the other hand, though, when are you going to pay the alimony that you owe me?
What? What in the world are you talking about?
Did you forget that I asked both you and Giorgio for an alimony of 30,000 euros? You see, Giorgio told me to wait until you two had your wedding, but that's today, isn't it? Can I take that to mean that you're going to pay the alimony as soon as possible?
What? But I don't know anything about that.
Oh, so you didn't hear anything from Giorgio?
No, he didn't tell me anything about an alimony. Besides, why do we even have to pay you an alimony in the first place? I mean, Giorgio is your ex-fiance, right? And since now the two of us are married, he's also your brother-in-law. You're seriously going to be so evil and heartless as to make a family member pay you an alimony? You're a sick person, Sophia.
You've got some nerve calling me sick after you just stole my fiancé and are now asking me to give you 50,000 euros as a wedding gift. It doesn't matter whether it's my sister or not. I can legally ask an alimony from you two for Giorgio cheating on me to be with you instead.
Huh? But I already told you that it's not my fault that the two of us were meant for each other. What is so wrong about wanting to be with your soulmate?
Your soulmate, huh? Well, I guess you've lasted longer with Giorgio than any other boyfriend of yours until now. It's still only been a few months, though, so we'll see. Hold on, don't tell me. But did you think that you would somehow be able to get away without having to pay an alimony if it's your sister's fiancé you stole? Did you think that you were so lucky he was my fiancé or something?
I mean, you're my sister, and you're Giorgio's ex-fiancé as well. I thought that alimonies didn't work when the person you were asking one for was your family.
Just where did you get that information? Seriously, you know you could have just looked it up on the internet or something, right? It doesn't matter who it is. If they cheated on me, of course I'm going to make them pay me an alimony. This is your apology for betraying me, and the thing that will crown my revenge towards you.
What do you mean, crown your revenge? But me and Giorgio were supposed to find happiness. You're going to be so mean as to ruin that for us?
Yes. Sorry, but I'm no saint that's going to just forgive you two for what you did, Rosella. Besides, who doesn't want 30,000 euros? And seriously, you're the one who's going to call me mean? Didn't you just try hosting a wedding ceremony as a way to crown your superiority over me, but ended up failing miserably? I got off topic, though. Just tell me, when are you going to pay me the alimony?
Don't ask me. I didn't hear anything about this.
Fine, then ask Giorgio when he's going to pay the alimony.
You go and ask him yourself.
Yeah, but it's going to be such a hassle for me. You're with him right now, aren't you? Just go to where he is right now and explain the situation to him.
But Giorgio said that there was somewhere he needed to go first, and I haven't seen him since arriving at the wedding venue. I'll ask him when I get home. Could you just forget about the alimony we owe you? You see, about the 30,000 euros I was supposed to pay you for your alimony, I used it to pay for the wedding expenses.
What?
I told you about how almost none of the people I invited to the wedding actually came, right? And how because of that, I didn't get as much money as wedding gifts that I had expected. I was counting on that money to pay for the wedding, but it didn't come, so I started looking for some money when I found an envelope with 30,000 euros in cash in Giorgio's bag. I thought to myself, oh, so he already had the money to pay for the wedding prepared then. And so I gave that money to the staff at the wedding venue, and...
So you gave his money to the hosters of the wedding venue without even asking Giorgio first what it was, huh? That was supposed to be the money he would use to pay for the alimony I was asking from him, I suppose.
Yeah. He got mad at me because he said he was intending on handing over that money to our parents' house on the way home from our wedding. But the wedding expenses were 30,000 euros as well, and I didn't know about the alimony, so it was only natural to think it was the money for the wedding, right? I mean, anyone would have done the same thing in my position.
Actually, I think that most people wouldn't just take 30,000 euros from their partner's bag and just hand it over to someone else without their permission first. Because judging by what you just told me, you just looked around in Giorgio's bag and took his stuff without asking him, right?
But he's my husband. His money is my money as well now, right?
Well, not exactly. Based on what I heard from another person, it seems that Giorgio sold some of the more expensive plastic models in his collection to get that money. But even that still wasn't enough, so he borrowed money from some of his friends as well to get that 30,000 euros.
What? But I thought that he was rich. He works at a large trading company, doesn't he?
Well, apparently, I guess not. He was always careless with his money, now that I think about it. By the way, apparently he believed you when you told him that you would take care of the wedding expenses on your own. But the truth was that you were just relying on the 30,000 euros I was going to give you, right?
But I didn't hear anything about this prior. How should I have known?
So did you talk to Giorgio about what you were going to do about the 30,000 euros you owe me? You guys are married, so it's probably not going to be a case of theft, but I heard that Giorgio got all giddy about his marriage with you and made a huge mistake during work, getting fired for it last month, right? Isn't that why he didn't have the money to pay off the alimony immediately? It seems like you're in a pretty difficult situation right now. Giorgio is currently unemployed and looking for a new job, while you don't even have the slightest intention to look for a job yourself. Yet you have to pay me 30,000 euros by, well, today.
You don't need to remind me. I already know that I'm in a difficult situation. I think we might even get divorced soon. What is his problem even? I mean, he's the one who works at a large trading company, not me. Shouldn't he have just paid for both the wedding and the alimony like it was nothing?
I'm not interested in your marital affairs, Rosella. Complain to him about that, not me. The fact that you still owe me 30,000 euros hasn't changed.
What? You're still going to make us pay 30,000 euros when all of this other shit is happening to me?
Of course. It's none of my business what's currently happening to you.
But I don't have any money.
Like I said, that's none of my business. You'll just have to get it somehow.
You're being so mean, Sophia. I thought you were my sister.
We were only ever sisters by blood, Rosella. I remember ever since you entered elementary school, you would always tease me for being ugly, and that continued all the way to, well, now. Besides, it's your fault for hosting a wedding ceremony even though you don't have any money.
What? So what if we had a wedding ceremony? You're not going to let us even do that? Who do you think we are? Some sort of couple in poverty?
But didn't you just say yourself that you didn't have any money? Neither of you currently have a job as well, so if that isn't poverty, I don't know what is. The truth was that you didn't have the money to pay for the wedding, yet you still made plans for it, right?
But not having a wedding isn't benefiting of us when we're a couple who was about to find long-lasting happiness. Besides, I was counting on the money I would receive from the wedding gifts. It's not my fault. It's everyone else's fault for not coming to my wedding and giving me money.
But have you even thought about why almost nobody came to your wedding?
How should I know that? Tell me, why is it that no one came then?
Isn't it because you loved stealing other women's boyfriends? You stole boyfriends from several of your friends, right? Not only that, but this time you stole your own sister's fiancé. It's the same with Giorgio. We had a lot of mutual acquaintances, and so most of those cut ties with him when they found out about what he did. Not only that, but apparently he told his friends that got mad at him for cheating on me that you're just jealous because I'm popular with young women while you're not. Which obviously didn't help the situation. Seriously, why did I ever get engaged with an idiot like him? What made you think anyone wanted to celebrate your wedding?
But everyone said that they would come in the reply to the invitation.
Oh, so did they all cancel at the last moment or something? That is a bit strange, I guess, but I guess they were all just trying to bully you or something. I mean, you do have a lot of enemies, right? I guess that's none of my business, though. Just make sure to pay me that alimony, all right? It's already past the due date, so I'm going to hire a lawyer to handle this from now on. Oh, and I'm not considering lowering the amount even by a cent. I kindly ask for your cooperation. Bye then.
But, Sophia!
I was a bit curious as to whether the people Rosella invited and replied saying that they would come to the wedding actually planned a mass last-minute cancellation, but apparently that was actually what happened. The first set of wedding invitations came back mostly with replies that they wouldn't come. It seems that Giorgio gave up at this, but Rosella was a bit more stubborn and invited basically everyone she knew, including former classmates from elementary school. That's how some people who had a grudge against my sister in our hometown found out about her wedding. And so apparently they planned that they would all reply saying that they'd come, but cancel at the last minute. Anyways, this and that happened, and in the end, Giorgio and Rosella could no longer pay for the alimony I was asking of them. This time, they sold Rosella's brand clothes and bags and stuff, and even sold her car. Even that wasn't enough, so they had to take on a loan to somehow gather the 30,000 euros that they needed. The day after they finally paid off the alimony they owed me, the two got divorced. That didn't change the fact that they were still in debt, so now the two of them live their separate lives of poverty, working all day, every day to pay off their loans.
Patty, do you have any idea where your mother went?
You're asking me like I'm supposed to be the one watching her or something. And considering I left 2 days ago to be on this business trip for the week, how would I be able to find her for you? Not sure what's up with that question, Dad.
What? You're on a business trip right now?
I am. There was this major event that my company took part in yesterday, and so I've been out of here for 2 days now and will actually be coming home early now. Most likely tonight by the latest.
Is that right?
So does that mean you never even noticed me not being home with you guys?
Well, I was just kind of wondering why I hadn't seen you for the last 2 days, but that was all.
Well, whatever, Dad. I have to start getting my things packed up before I head out, so are we done here? I'll be home by tonight at the latest, okay?
All right, I guess I'll see you then.
Patty, I hope your business trip has been going well for you. You texted me last night saying that you would most likely be coming home today now, right? That's right, Mom. I actually just got all my things packed up and am heading to the bus now. I was told this bus wouldn't take as long when we came out here due to traffic not being so bad, so I should be home in the afternoon. Earlier than I was expecting, actually. Is that so? Then, I hate to have to ask this from you on your way home while you're probably very tired, but do you mind stopping at the grocery store and picking up some vegetables for me? I could do that for you, but why are you asking me? It's pretty rare for someone like you who loves cooking to be asking me to buy those types of things. Actually, I haven't been feeling too well today. Does this have to do with what came up last time? Are you going to be all right, Mom? To tell you the truth, I'm actually in the hospital right now. I'm not sure whether I'll be out of here or not before dinner time, so I was thinking of having you take care of the shopping before I figure all that out. The doctor should be coming to my room soon to talk with me some more about that. Do you want me to just make dinner then? What? Oh, you have to be tired from your trip though, right? I'm not that tired, actually. If I'm home early enough, I'll take a few minutes to relax and such before I get to cooking. Also, if we were to have takeout or something like that for dinner again tonight, Dad would just get all frustrated again and start babbling on and on like usual, right? If I go ahead and cook for us, he shouldn't complain about it all one bit. Good point. Then can I please ask you to cook dinner tonight for me? Will do, Mom. I'll make sure not to screw it up this time either. Thank you, Patty. Now, you have a safe trip home today on that bus. Dad, excuse me?
Wait, it's only you, Patty?
Dad, is it true that you went and punched Mom and then kicked her out of the frickin' house?
What? Why do you know about all of that? Did your mother go and start running her mouth about all of that again?
Again?
Listen to me, Patty. This time it was all your mother's fault. All of it. So don't you start playing into whatever the hell she has to say about me.
I haven't even spoken to Mom about any of this yet. Just a second ago, I got back to my office from my trip and was heading home from there. And guess who I ran into on the way? The old lady that's living next door to our place. She came up to me in a hurry and told me what she'd seen take place at the front door of our house. She couldn't understand all the things you were saying to Mom at the time because you were in such a rage that your words all sounded like grunting. The old lady thought that you were only going to tell Mom that she wasn't allowed inside and nothing else would happen. But right before Mom was about to say anything to you, you punched her in the face and then forced her off the property.
So all of that was seen by that old hag next door? Now I'm annoyed.
What the hell are you annoyed about? You tell me right now why the hell you do something like that to Mom, your own wife.
I did that because your mother had an affair with another man.
Huh? Mom had an affair? You're telling me that Mom, the most loving and serious person I know, slept with another man?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on a second, Dad. Mom is not the type of person who could ever do something like that, though. Do you have things like evidence of her having an affair, or at least someone who also saw it happening?
I do! I have my own eyes which saw it all go down. They saw her having that affair, and now she's pregnant because of it.
She's pregnant? Mom is pregnant?
Yeah, I made sure to get a really good photo of everything with my phone as well. Now I'll be able to get a settlement of $100,000 from her ass.
Wait, is Mom even
able to get pregnant right now?
Huh?
Well, this is something I heard both Mom and Grandma talking about a while back. The only reason she was ever able to carry me was after 5 years of trying really hard to do all sorts of treatments for infertility, right? Those 5 years were all worth it to Mom, though, but afterwards she was saying to Grandma that she would never have another child again because it was just too hard for her. So, what this means is that Mom getting pregnant from another man during an affair isn't even possible for her.
What?
By the way, even before today, with Mom having to struggle with her illness so often, do you really think she'd have the time to cheat on you with another man?
She's been struggling with an illness for a while now?
Due to Mom's age, she told me that she's most likely suffering from something that is due to her going into menopause now. But she never wanted to just assume something like that to be the case with all the other kinds of illnesses out there that it could be. And so today she took the chance to go in and see a doctor about it.
She went to the hospital then. Hey, would someone like her be going to the hospital for something like menopause issues, though?
Well, if the hospital has a department centered around women's health, then sure.
Then what all I saw today was...
Today? Dad, don't tell me. But because Mom was having to go to the hospital and everything, you assumed that she was pregnant and that she was having an affair and all of that? If that's what you assumed to be her having an affair and being pregnant, what the hell is the picture you took that you say is evidence?
I took a picture of your mom in the waiting room of that hospital.
Huh? You're telling me you assumed that she was cheating on you based off such a vague scenario, and that you would punch her in the face and kick her out of the house over that?
But she was at the gynecology department, and that's where pregnant women usually go to.
The gynecology department is a place you not only can get helped with things like pregnancy and vaginal health, but you can also go there to talk and get tested for other things related to women. It's literally a field of medicine dedicated to all things women, like menopause and the sort.
Is that right?
That hospital she's at has a gynecology department, right? And the waiting room for it is for all the departments there, so anyone who's sick, injured, whatever, will be waiting in that room.
Are you kidding me?
Jesus frickin' Christ, Dad! I get that for the longest time now you always had troubles with things like getting the wrong impression and such, but this time you've really gone and done it.
Patty.
For the time being, I'm going to find Mom and take care of her, so you won't be seeing me around the house.
What? Where even is your mom right now?
You think I'm going to tell your frickin' ass after what you did to her? When it comes to things that either her or I need, I'll be coming over to the house while you're away to pick them up.
What about my food and things like the laundry?
At a time like this, all you're worried about is your frickin' food and clothes?
But I mean, your mother is always...
Do it your damn self, Dad! Mom? How have things been since? Are you going to be all right? Patty, I'm so sorry if any of this has gotten you worried. I'm back at your grandma's house now, taking a break, so I think everything will be fine. I heard that you got punched in the face by Dad, but did you not go to the hospital or anything for it? You need to go to the ER and get paperwork for that from the doctor, all right? Yes, you don't need to worry about that right now. Thankfully, the old lady that lives next door to us saw what happened to me and took me to the hospital in her car. There I was able to get all the paperwork and everything I needed, as well as advice on what to do about the dispute. And then after that, she took me back to your grandma's house so that I didn't have to see your father anymore. So, she did all of that for you? She came to me as well and told me everything about what had happened. I'll have to go and thank her for all that she's done for us later. You should, and I'll tag along to give her my thanks as well. I really do appreciate everything she's done for me. By the way, Patty,
Do you have any idea how your father's doing right now? Right. I talked with the old lady from next door before I got home, and so I went ahead and started to talk with Dad through text. Mom, you were at the gynecology department when you went to the hospital today, right? It seems like Dad saw you there in the waiting room. What? Your father came to the hospital too? That's what it seems like anyway. So he assumed that you were there because you were pregnant, and then he tied that to you having an affair with another man behind his back. That's what he told me. Are you serious? I'm telling you, Mom, by this point I really am the most fed up a human can be with Dad. Did your father completely forget about my age and about the fact that we had such a hard time conceiving you years and years ago due to me being infertile? I talked with him about that while we were texting, actually. I also explained to him that those who go to the gynecology department aren't only going there because they're pregnant. Since this was over text, I'm not sure how he was really reacting to all the things I was saying to him, but I think he understood all of that. I see. Mom, is there something you're a bit concerned about now besides those things? Kind of, yes. Something about your father being at a place like the hospital then has me feeling a bit off. I think I'm going to have to look into all of that a bit more and see what was going on there.
Hey, Patty! Your mom is there right now, isn't she?
No, she isn't. I'm at work right now anyway.
Then you tell me right now where the hell your mother is at and how I can get to her.
Does this have to do with her getting that settlement from you now?
It sure does. I have all kinds of things that I would like to ask her about, yet no matter how much I call and text her, she won't respond.
That's because she went and blocked your number already.
She went and blocked her own husband's phone number?
Didn't she say something to you about how she wants you to talk with her lawyer from now on?
Why should I do that?
You were explained to why that was by her lawyer already, right? She said that you're being asked for a settlement now because you've been having an affair behind her back and because your other woman is pregnant now. She not only wants your money for what you've done, but a divorce as well. Hence why she's having her lawyer talk with you about it now.
She wants a divorce.
For how violent you got with Mom when you didn't even have a lick of good evidence against her. You turned out to be the one with a secret wife and kid all along. I can't believe you, Dad. And you were getting all excited about how you thought you caught Mom cheating on you and about how you'd be getting $100,000 from her in the divorce, right?
How do you know I was happy about that?
Because it was made obvious when we texted. And because Mom told me that, she saw you trailing her on the day she had to go in and get checked out by the gynecologist. And then she was wondering why you had to go to the hospital as well like that. And after thinking about that for a second, she assumed maybe you were there to get tested or looked at for something as well that day. But then she realized that a lot of times when one of the partners in a relationship starts to assume that the other has been cheating on them like you were, it usually means they're hiding their own secret relationship.
What?
And with that in mind, Mom went ahead and asked for someone to help her look into you. She learned that you were with another woman and that she had become pregnant. And the reason you were at the hospital that day like Mom was because you were going to meet your other woman there to talk about the pregnancy with the doctor. That's why you saw Mom there in the waiting room.
She went and looked that far into all of this?
Had you just let her be and not went after her throat, claiming that she had been cheating on you, then things probably would have never come to all this, right?
Are you kidding me? I really dropped the ball this time.
Dad, are you seriously going to sit out there this whole time ringing the doorbell over and over and over like a frickin' child?
I came out here so that I could talk with your mother about all of this, and until she answers the damn door and lets me speak, I'm gonna keep ringing this doorbell.
The only people here right now are Grandma and Grandpa, though. We saw you coming out to this place looking for Mom days ago and knew that you'd be back to try and stop her. Mom already had to quit her part-time job because of you and has been trying to hide this entire time now. She told me that she doesn't want this to go on any longer and start affecting me any, so she's talked with her lawyer and the court, and they're going to enforce an arbitrary divorce.
She's gonna force the divorce now?
And with the way you're behaving now, there's no way you're going to slow things down any longer, Dad.
No way!
There, now that you've heard what's going to happen, get the hell out of here!
Damn it! Why the hell is this happening to me?
You'd really like to know why? It's called getting what you frickin' deserve, you old fart!
Patty, you're my freaking daughter, so you help me out right now!
No!
What did you say?
No! I'm cutting you out of my life now! Bye-bye.
Wait, don't do that to me, Patty! Patty!
It turned out that the woman my dad was cheating on my mom with at the time was a coworker from the same company as him. She was 23 years old, which makes her younger than even myself, his own daughter. And considering she was pregnant with his child, that means he had done it with someone younger than me too. Absolutely frickin' disgusting. I screamed that out the moment I had heard about who she was. A few weeks after everything, my dad and his woman took out a massive amount of money, or should I say borrowed that money, and paid my mom in one lump payment. And soon after that, the divorce was finished, and my mom was no longer that sad sight of a man's wife anymore. Since the woman he had been with was already carrying his child, not too long after the divorce, my dad went and married her. However, half a year later, right after his new wife had given birth to their baby, my dad was on his way home from the hospital and got into an accident that left him completely paralyzed. But considering how everyone in his family had already cut ties to him over what had happened, there was nobody around who could take care of him. It was up to his young wife to be at home with both him and their newborn, and she was forced to also get a job and everything, since they still had a lot of debt to pay off. Of course, my dad started to get disability and all that from the state, but it wasn't going to be enough. And after a few weeks of her doing that and completely losing it towards the end, his wife went and told her parents about what was happening, and they took her baby and left her to have to take care of my paralyzed dad. As for my mom and I, we've still been living at my grandparents' house, where we help them with a lot of the chores now, while my mom works from home remotely. I've still been going to work where I'd been all along, but I've made sure to tell all of my higher-ups about my dad, and about how if he ever shows up to the office, they are free to have him detained. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.